with the radar bus people. And Curtis he was answering most of the questions. And one of the questions that he said that Clifton Forge had gave money to the radar bus. And Mr. Irvin and myself took it upon ourselves to do a little investigating, and while he was saying that Clifton Forge had gave money, Darlene was watching it on her YouTube. And when she got back to the office, she told Miss Tyler, who's the acting city manager, to look back and see if any money had been given to radar. And I don't remember how many years that they went back, and Clifton Forge has never gave any money to the radar bus. But they said, some of the council members said that if he wanted money, he should have came to the council member and requested money. And he didn't do that. I think if he had we wouldn't be where we are now. You anything else? You anything to say, Jeff? You happy with what I said?
You said it all.
Okay.
John,
Well, I
you
think
want-
it was good that Darlene went back and checked when she seen it to see that they hadn't gave them any money when he said that they had gave money. And I'm not too sure that if Iron Gate gave them any money or not. That's all I had, John. I just wanted to know that somewhere along the line that somebody was speaking the forked tongue.
John, you want to add to that?
Since our last meeting, Radar held its public hearing on terminating the service, and it's quite a crowd, quite a discussion about the need for the service in the community, and the need for not only the local governments to participate in funding, but the community as a whole to participate in funding. What I was planning to recommend to you tonight, based on the current allocation, was to request of Radar a reduction in service 3 days a week, reducing the time from 5 to 3:30, in an effort to make sure that we kept the service in place for the entire year. We have the money in place to be able to do that, and then if additional funding became available and the county's still willing to match those dollars, it's much easier to bring the service back up to the 5-day-a-week level than if it goes away completely. Richard, or Mr. Douglas, from the city of Covington, we're both going to jointly make the same recommendation Covington Council's meeting tonight. Spoke today with the Department of, and have since the public hearing, had ongoing conversations with Department of Rail and Public Transit. Spoke today with the project manager from that agency, and I believe we're going to figure out, and he's going to come to the area in the next couple of weeks to meet with us again. I believe we're going to figure out some alternative to make this work for the coming year. So I'm not going to make a recommendation that you act on anything tonight, and we'll come back in November. The service is currently operating at its level of 5 days a week in standard times. And I'll give you another update as more information becomes available, but I'm hopeful and pretty positive that we'll come up with a solution that will allow the service to continue for another year.
Are they still operating off of the dollar or 50 cents?
It's currently still at 50 cents.
Can I ask one question? Do we have financial confirmation that the monies allocated to them have been allocated correctly? By balance sheet, by financial statement, by...
They're audited by the Department of Rail and Public Transit annually for each service.